Hello there, guys. It's Andy here. Good evening, and today is I'm still in week number one for my 100 days, 90-day business challenge, and today is day number 6, I think. Yeah, it's day number 6. Tomorrow will be the beginning of my second week. And hold on, let me just put my glasses on. The first thing I wanted to talk about Actually, one thing I wanted to talk about really today is how not to build your MLM business. And I'm gonna talk about this because it's something that occurred right on the train. And I thought it would be an interesting subject to talk about because I noticed that I for a long time until sort of like a couple of weeks ago, I have been doing the same thing. I've been, doing the same thing that I've been taught as a child, and most of us as parents make the same mistakes, and we teach our children the same kind of thing. And so but what I'm going to talk about is a bit controversial, but if you're actually in business or in network marketing business, or MLM business, this is not the best way to approach your business. And I'm going to tell you the story first, and at the way I used to do it now. I'll tell you the story, what happened, and then I'm going to sort of like tell you exactly what I'm actually thinking about. So I'm sitting on the train coming back from work. It's quite late at night, and something interesting happened. I just sat on a particular seat, and a lady walked up to me, sat right opposite me. And if anybody knows me, they know I like coffee. I just love fresh brewed coffee, especially if it's a fresh Americano and it's kind of nice. It smells good to me personally. Some people don't like it, but I do. So I'm sitting on the train. This lady sits down. It's sort of like like 8 o'clock at night, and she has a fresh cup of coffee with it. And I'm actually tired and dozing on the train while I'm coming back from work. So I kind of like made a comment. This is out of a joke. So out of just me trying to be nice, I just looked up to the woman, and said to her, "Hey, actually, you make me feel for a coffee now. It's nice coffee you got there. You make me feel for a coffee." Now, funny how the woman reacted. She actually looked up to me in the face and goes, "You can get one in the next stop. You can come off and get one at the next stop." And then I thought, "Oh, this was a bit harsh. This is someone that really isn't ready to talk." But I just could kind of like ignored it. It's not one. I was just assuming she's probably had a bad day or something, or she's busy going somewhere, or she's still in that mode where we've been trained as children not to talk to strangers. So I kind of like decide to be a bit daring, right? And then go back to her and say, "Hey, you know what? I was just trying to, create a conversation. But if you're not in the mood to have a conversation, hey, kudos, no problem. Chill out. You don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. Just be nice to me." So then she apologized. She said, "Oh, she's sorry, and she didn't mean it that way. She's just thinking that I really wanted a coffee because she's addicted to coffee herself. I'm not a coffee addict. That's not what I'm saying, but she that's the only reason why she said that." So then we went into a conversation, and then I eventually said to her, they found out from her that she's doing something else, and she's also doing something similar to what we're doing in MLM marketing. And so after talking to her for a few stops, it really came to light that she really wasn't doing that great in whatever she was doing, but she still was doing it, carrying on just like everybody else. Now, at that point, her stop had come. She had come off the train. She was ready to come off the train. But what I deduced from that is a very simple thing. As though she's a genuinely nice person, she just couldn't be nice to me out of the instant. She just couldn't be nice because besides the fact of what's happening in our society today, where we're worried about meeting strangers and talking to strangers, there's another crazy thing going on where it's something that we've been taught as kids, and it's gone down into our brains and it's been sunk into our subconscious. So it's something like don't talk to strangers, or don't talk to strangers, basically. So when we're growing up, we close our network and we keep our friends closer, and we keep the people that we don't know even further away. So we're not opening up our network. There are some people, and I know quite well, and I've been in this, don't get me wrong, I'm not accusing anybody. I've been in this for quite a while, where my friends are my friends, and I've moved to a different country. My friends are still my friends, right? And I've moved to a different area, and my friends are still my friends, and I don't have a wide network. And I have a few friends who have the same problem. We make sort of like one or two friends because we're probably in the same college, or we're in the same uni, or we belong to the same, we work in the same place, and some way somehow we get to meet. And by doing that, we expand our network by a couple of people, maybe over the few years. But the problem with that is, this is where I'm coming from. Your network is your net worth. I forgot who actually said that, but it's coming from a very well-known rich person who said your network is your net worth. Now, if your network is your net worth, it means that the fewer connections you have, the more broke you are, right? And the more connections you have, the more ritual per se, for example. So if you have good connections, you have a lot of great connections, and you're connected to a lot of great people, the chances are of you succeeding are much more easier than someone who has a very small network, who only know the things around them. I'll give you a typical example. I'm Ghanaian, so I'm going to give you an example. Someone comes into this country, or comes into wherever country they move to, and they go to that country, and all they do is they eat the same food, they drink the same water, they do everything the same way. They don't interact with the culture in that country. In fact, they don't meet any people. The people that they know are Ghanaians. They don't know anybody outside Ghanaian. So it's sort of like they're stuck in a cycle. They can't really come out of that cycle, because although they're surrounded with so much resources, with so many different people, they still are stuck in one cycle, right? And that cycle is their network means they can't expand. So this is what I derived from that conversation with that woman. So it comes out that she's struggling in her business, right? I'm thinking, oh gosh, you're struggling right now, and I'm just trying to make a conversation with you, and the first instant you actually brush it off. For what? Because maybe as a child she's been trained, don't talk to strangers. I'm not saying we have to go out there and talk to strangers. I'm not saying we should train our kids to do anything stupid. All I'm trying to say is that that notion of not talking to strangers actually can be a notion that will probably hurt us. Why don't we train our children, or train ourselves, to be able to spot good people and bad people? Why not train ourselves to be able to know who to interact with and who not to interact with, right? So it's just one of those things. You can't really judge. But if you're in a business set up like this, you're in MLM, network marketing, you're trying to build, in my opinion, my experience over the past week, you can't do it relying on only friends and family. All the guys I know that have made it big in this kind of business are people who have a large network of people. They know people, or while they get into the business, they get to know more people. It's as simple as that. We're paid to make connections, and we're paid to bring a network to a business. So if we can't do that, then we might as well not be in business. We might as well forget about it. So this is my little lesson from a little interaction. So if you're in this kind of business, you're doing MLM or network marketing, whatever you're doing, it pays to open your network, and it pays to talk to people. I am not great at talking to people. I sit on the train, I open my book and I'm busy, or I open my laptop or my tablet and I'm busy doing something else, and I'm not connecting with people. But I've chosen to do MLM and I don't connect. But then what I decided to do is, I've got to connect. I've got to meet people. I've got to talk to people. I've got to go for social meetings. I've got to be a bit more relaxed about my approach to people and have more fun. It's not just the fact that I want to get someone in my business, but just the fact that I want to connect with someone new who would bring something new and fresh into my life. So this is my actual video for today. is how not to run your MLM business. Is not just chasing friends and family, because you could chase friends and family forever and you probably wouldn't get where you wanted to get to, but you need to expand that network. So hopefully this video helps, and hopefully you see my point. If you don't, that's fine. If you do, just comment. And then join the 100-day business challenge. Click the link below, join the challenge, and let's make this work. Thank you. Have a blessed evening. Bye.